Some breaking news. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky says his country is ready to come to the negotiating table to end the war with Russia as soon as possible. He also called last week's Oval Office blow-up regrettable. Zelensky's comments come, of course, after the Trump administration paused military aid to Ukraine. Here's Vice President J.D. Vance.
What the president has said very clearly about our Ukraine policy is that he wants the Ukrainians to come to the negotiating table. We want the Ukrainians to have a sovereign and an independent country. We think the Ukrainian troops have fought very bravely, but we're at a point here where neither Europe nor the United States nor the Ukrainians can continue this war indefinitely.
NBC's Gabe Gutierrez is live in Washington, and also with us, Evelyn Farkas, former senior advisor to the Supreme Allied Commander of Europe, former Deputy Assistant Secretary of Defense for Russia, Ukraine, and Eurasia, and Executive Director of the McCain Institute. Good to have you both here. Gabe, what more can you tell us about this pause in aid and any more about where the U.S. relationship with Ukraine stands right now?
Oh, hi there, Chris. Well, that relationship is still not good. And yes, this pause in military aid, a seismic shift in policy towards a U.S. ally, billions of dollars in aid now on hold. Now, as you mentioned, President Zelensky today signaled that desire to come back to the negotiating table. He wrote online that he was grateful for the U.S. providing javelins. He also talked about how the meeting Friday did not go the way it was supposed to, and it's regrettable that it happened this way. But Chris, he did use the word regret in an interview on Friday after the meeting. What he still has not done, and the White House continues to point this out, is that he has not flat out apologized for what happened on Friday. Let's listen to more what Vice President Vance said on the Hill just a short time ago.
Look, I think the most important thing, a lot of people have made this about public statements. President Zelensky needs to say that he's committed to the peace, or President Zelensky needs to apologize to the president. The public stuff doesn't matter nearly as much as what are the Ukrainians doing to meaningfully engage on what a peaceful settlement would look like. We need the Ukrainians privately to come to us and say, this is what we need, this is what we want, this is how we're going to participate in the process to end this conflict. That is the most important thing. And that lack of private engagement is what is most concerning to us.
So the White House again saying they have not seen that private outreach just yet. It could happen. It just hasn't happened as far as we know thus far. And Chris, it is expected to be a major topic in the president's address to the joint session of Congress later on tonight.